Everybody, welcome. Time for us to wrap up the long weekend's racing action as we have a look at racing on Sunday. Hollywoodbets Greyville is the venue for a 10-race program scheduled to get underway bright and early at 11:40. Now, fingers crossed, this race meeting goes ahead as scheduled because the province really has been battered by heavy rain since the beginning of March. We've seen flooding in various parts of the province due to the torrential rain that's also caused disruption to the local racing program. In fact, last Saturday, the Hollywoodbets Scottsville meeting was postponed to Wednesday, and that eventually was abandoned due to the rain. Now, fingers crossed there's no further rain as we head into the long weekend, that the course can dry out nicely, because I'm sure everyone is chomping at the bit to get this meeting underway. Hence the reason we have 10 races for Sunday afternoon. The first race is a maiden juvenile plate over 1,400 metres, where 12 runners will contest the opener. And just a reminder that if you are going to be taking your free Hollywoodbet Punter Challenge entry, you need to be on 5 minutes before the advertised starting time. You need to take the bet slip to put yourself in line for that life-changing jackpot, where you're to be the one person to correctly pick all the winners on the card. So in the first race, I found it to be a mixed bunch. We've got a few first-timers, we've got one or two that's had one run under the belts, and we've had a couple that's had more than one run under the belts. Also see the likes of Got to Go Eddie, Like Fire, and George's Magic. They're all renewing rivalry. Yeah, I'm going for the obvious choice, number 6, Got to Go Eddie. This horse really showed promise on debut. That was over 1,200 metres at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. There was also money about that day for him, which tells us that he probably was showing something back home. He would have gained from the experience, and I'm sure he will enjoy the step up in trip to 1,400. Now, with natural improvements still expected, Ryan Munger retaining the ride for the Mike and Matthew de Kock training partnership, I'm sure that this horse, if not green around the turn, will make his presence felt in the run to the wire. So I'm going with number 6, Got to Go Eddie, to win the opener, ahead of 1, Bell of Anglis, 9, Like Fire, and 10, George's Magic. 6, 1, 9, 10 are the numbers I'm going with in the opener. Race 2 on the card is the first leg of the bipot. You need to be on at 12:10. It's a progress plate of 1,800 metres where a small field of 7 runners will face the start. And I know the drill. When it comes to progress plates, first thing I do is look at who's the best weighted. In this case, it's number 6, Shoot the Rapids, who is only making its seasonal debut now after having been off for 34 weeks, which means that I'm going to be looking elsewhere to find a winner. So I've decided to side with the filly, number 5, Broadway Girl, who's got decent recent form. Regular pilot Sean Veal is on board. Stayed on nicely in 4th over 1,600 at Hollywoodbets Scottsville last time out. But if one looks at the Hollywoodbets Greyville track record, you'll see for 5 runs, had 2 wins and a second. And that to me is good enough to win a race of this nature. And I do think she will give the boys a run for their money. So I'm going with number 5, Broadway Girl, to win it, ahead of 3, Capsican, 4, Palermo, and 2, the Mikado. 5, 3, 4, 2, the numbers I'm going with in the second. Takes us on to race 3, first leg of the place accumulator. Maiden plate over 2,000 metres. 11 runners will face the starter, and you need to be on with those PAs at 12:45. Funnily enough, I'm going with a horse that returns from a bit of a break. Been off for 14 weeks, and that's number 3, Silver Platter, and I do think the break may have done him the world of good. He finished second in his last 2 starts at this track. The stable of Andre Nell has been in devastating form, not only in KZN, but in Cape Town as well. Serena Moodley knows him well, is back on board, and if not in need of this outing, I do think will be involved in the shake-up. So I'm going number 3, Silver Platter, to win it, ahead of 5, Cuzzy, 7, Bad Medicine, and 6, Fire Force. 3, 5, 7, 6, the numbers, race 3. Fourth race, first leg of the pick 6. Due off at 13:20. It's a Class 4 benchmark, 80 over 2,000 metres. And here we have 11 runners who will contest the 4th race on the programme. Must admit, I like number 9, JP's Palace. purely because he won a good race last time out over 1750. That was at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. Now, despite hanging outwards over the final 400, he kept challenges at bay, and that to me is a sign that there'll probably be a little bit more to come were he to stay on a straight course. He remains in Class 4 company, so he meets a similar kind of feel, and with luck in running, I do think can go back to back. So I'm going 9 JP's Palace to win it, ahead of 8 Averny King, 10 Ricardo, and 11 Duke of Africa. 9, 8, 10, 11, race number 4. Fifth race is the first leg of the first jackpot. You need to be on a 13.35. Race 5 is a D stakes over 1600 meters, where 12 runners will contest the fifth race on the program, and I like number 10, Pongola. I in fact went to go and watch that replay of his last start, and I do believe he should have finished a lot closer. If you watch carefully, you'll see at the 400 meter mark, he gets balked for a run, and then at the 200 meter mark, he has to switch out for a run, and that sort of, played with the momentum in the home straight in the run to the wire. I do think that he's got what it takes to win a race of this nature. If you look at his form, you'll see that both his career victories had come at Hollywoodbets Greyville. He'll be having his peak run, and with Rachel Vieneke in the saddle, taking the 1.5 kilos off the back, with a bit of luck in running, should be involved in the fight at the finish. So I'm going with number 10, Pongola, to win it, ahead of 6 Future Saint, 9 Basi Rakfat, and 12 Elusive Bell. 10, 6, 9, 12, the numbers race 5. Race 6 is a B stakes over 1600 meters, small field of 9 runners to contest race 6, and here my first choice selection happens to be number 1, Marshall Field. Now, he finished close up second in the non-black type Fever Tree Stakes last time out. I honestly think he should have won that race. And what actually does even make it a more impressive run is the fact that he cast a shoe in running in that particular race. He's having his peak run here. He should be cherry ripe with Gavin Arena jumping in from pole position. He will have the run of the race, and to me, rates the horse to beat. So I'm going 1, Marshall Field, to win it. Biggest danger is probably number 7, I Salute Here, who's got decent form, and the blinker should do the trick. For third, number 5, Ketrikel. And for fourth, I'm going with number 8, Mash Arena. 1, 7, 5, 8. The numbers race number 6. Feature race on the card is race number 7. It's the King's Cup listed over 1600. This is also the first leg of Jackpot 2. You need to be on with Jackpot 2 at 1605. 9 runners to contest the 2025 renewal of the King's Cup, and I'm going with a horse that won this race last year, and that is number 9, Narina Tregon. The last 2 runs have really been good. Unbeaten from 2 starts over this course and distance. He is drawn widest of all at 9, but he does get the services of Tristan Godden, who knows him well. He will be doing his best work late, and I do think he can make it back-to-back wins in this feature race. So I'm going 9, Narina Tregon, to win it, ahead of 8, Former Gear, 2, Gladiatorian, and 4, Madison Valley. 9, 8, 2, 4, the numbers race 7. 8th race on the card is a Class 4 benchmark 80 over 1600, a field of 11 to contest race 8, and immediately my eye fell on number 1, Bowie. This horse ran a fair race over 1400 meters last time out. That was at Hollywoodbets Greyville. He takes a drop in class, and from pole position will certainly have the run of the race. I do think that Bowie can bounce back to winning ways in this company, and this also happens to be Gareth Van Zyle's only runner on the day, and we know 9 out of 10 times when a trainer has one run on the day, goes home with a 100% record. So I'm going number 1, Bowie, to win it, ahead of 4, Burning Man, 5, Rooster Bradshaw, 7, Mr. Nimbles. 1, 4, 5, 7, the numbers race 8. Penultimate race on the card is race 9, a Class 4 benchmark 79. This race to be run over 1600 meters, 12 runners to contest race 9, and here I'm looking for a bit of value, and I'm going to go with number 9, Papa C. Now, Papa C ran on well, went second over this distance at Hollywoodbets Scottsville last time out. 2 of his 4 career victories have come at Hollywoodbets Greyville. Gavin Arena's booked to ride, and I do think he will be able to make the difference from the saddle. Papa C is also having his peak run, so he should be cherry ripe to run an absolute cracker. So the verdict is with 9 Papa C to win it, ahead of 1 Chill in the Air, 3 Deputy Chief, and 6 Global Movement. 9, 1, 3, 6, the numbers in race number 9. And that takes us on to the lucky last, race 10, jumps at 1650, a B6 to be run over 1,000 metres, 12 runners to contest the last of the afternoon, and I'm going with a horse that absolutely loves the minimum trip, and that's number 8, Kalahari Roller. He showed good pace when he won his last start over this distance at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. I do think that he is going to give another good account of himself because he won his maiden over this course and distance. He's got apprentice Brevin Plykes, who claims the 2.5 kilos on board, and I do think we can expect another big run from him. So I'm going 8 Kalahari Roller to win the last, ahead of 4 Don Quirari, 6 Vision to Achieve, and 11 Connery. 8, 4, 6, 11. Those are the numbers in race 10, and that takes care of our preview for Hollywoodbets Greyville on Sunday afternoon. Trust you had an enjoyable and profitable long weekend of racing. Till next time from me, Rouvaun, you take care. Cheers for now.